may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
Frank Ocean
doesn't care about
his fans.
So yesterday was Coachella, or yesterday was the end of the first weekend of Coachella. Now, normally I don't care about Coachella that much. I mean, it is my goal to one day go to a festival like that. You know, if there's enough artists that I really like. But I watched last night because there was one artist that I really wanted to see more than anyone. Frank Ocean was there. Now, Frank Ocean, the last time he dropped any music was 2016 when he dropped his album Blonde, and I love Blonde. It is a top 10 album for me, easily. 3 hours or something like that before he was gonna perform, YouTube made a tweet saying that Frank Ocean, he's not having his performance live streamed. Now, that's very rare for Coachella because literally every performance is live streamed, so people who couldn't afford to go to Coachella could watch it from home. Alright? And I obviously can't afford to go to Coachella. Tickets cost thousands of dollars. I'm not made of money like that. So I was really excited to see Frank perform live, and then all of a sudden, it's just taken from me. It's taken from me and hundreds of thousands of other people. Now, Frank Ocean was confirmed to have been headlining this year's Coachella for at least 2 years now. So, and he hasn't performed at all since 2017. His last performance, his last concert was in 2017. So, a 6-year gap between anything music related from Frank Ocean. And let me just say, it was a bad performance. It was not a good performance at all. This is just my opinion. For the Coachella performance, it was such a weird performance. So, first of all, finding the performance for anyone online, it was like Instagram lives, TikTok lives. The main one that people were watching was this girl named Morgan. And, shout out to her for videotaping and recording the performance live, Round of applause for Morgan. Thank you, Morgan. I forget your whole account name, but, she had like 100,000 live viewers, so good for her. Because of the service, it kept lagging, so, she was trying her best, but it wasn't her fault it was lagging. So it was like lagging, the quality was bad. She was like right next to the stage, so when the bass came on in songs, it was like, and you couldn't hear the song, you just heard the bass. And first of all, Frank was an hour late to his performance. He was supposed to start at 10:05. He showed up. His first song started playing at 11. What? He was supposed to have a 2-hour long set, or an hour and a half, something like that. And he got cut off at 12 because of a Coachella curfew, which apparently that doesn't even start until 1 o'clock. So he could have easily gone on, or 12:30. I forget exactly what time, 12:30 in the morning. But he could have easily gone on. And it's $1,000. I looked into it. It's $1,000 fine for every minute you go after the curfew time. Frank is a millionaire. A multi-millionaire. He got $20 million just for dropping Blonde on Apple Music. Something like that. There's no reason that he couldn't go over time. Maybe that's just me thinking. That, if I had that much money, I would definitely do it. Also, another reason why this performance was kind of bad. So if you're going to a Frank Ocean concert, I expect you want to see, or a Frank Ocean performance, I expect you want to see Frank Ocean songs. There was like a 20-minute DJ set playing not even his songs, and then there was this random guy who was playing his own song. I mean, I get Frank's trying to show off like new talent or whatever, but you aren't going for the new talent. You're going to see Frank Ocean. You're going to see Frank Ocean perform live. It doesn't... He was also playing remixes of all his songs. And, like, I don't know if it's just me, but Frank Ocean songs don't need to be remixed. They're songs that you just listen to and just have zen-ness, you know? You're listening for the zen-ness. You're listening for the peacefulness of Frank Ocean songs. Like, Self-Control, for example. You listen to it, and you all of a sudden you hear the you gotta leave. And you're just transcending. You're just in your feelings. But if you have there's these dubstep remixes of songs he played. It's just like, what is the point, Frank? Why are you doing this? He played one of my favorite songs by him, Pyramids, and he just had a dubstep break in the middle of it. Like, what? There was a part halfway through where it's like he obviously didn't want to be there. It's so obvious that Frank didn't want to be there. And you just like, he walked away for a few minutes, came back, song started playing, and he wasn't even singing. He didn't even have a microphone in his hand. He didn't have a mic set up on his ear or something like so he could sing. He was just vibing out on stage, just like, you know, just like while his own songs are playing. It's like, I could do that any time of the day, Frank. I could listen to nights. I can listen to nights while I'm taking a shower and do the exact same thing he was doing on stage, getting paid millions of dollars from Coachella. So it's like, what is the point? And then a leaker came out this morning and said that basically Frank was going to drop like few hours before performing. He was going to drop the performance and just leave entirely. Why even sign up for the show? Why? What is your problem, Frank? I'm just annoyed. Because I was so excited to see Frank perform live. Then he cancels the live stream of it. He makes like weird remixes that shouldn't exist for most of the songs. Like, it's club remixes of like super laid back songs, and it's just like, why? What is the point? I just felt like ranting today, so I don't know if any of this made sense. Let me know what you thought about Frank Ocean's performance if you saw it. I think honestly it's super like not irresponsible, or maybe irresponsible of Frank for this whole situation. So yeah. Let me know what you all thought. See you all in the next video. See ya.